Hello, Steve. How are you?
Happy New Year.
And you?
It's all right, Tom. We're waiting on you.
I have 8:59. That clock is right.
Me too.
You're live right now. We're loaded and going on YouTube.
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. We'll have the invitation. Dean, will you lead us in the invitation?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for all the blessings that you've given us this last year. As we look forward, guide us in truth and wisdom, every decision that we make for our constituents. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call.
Commissioner Lopez,
Present.
Commissioner Loudon,
Present.
Commissioner Mulcher.
Present.
Approval of the agenda.
As you'll note on items L, M, and N are not. I would like to strike them from the agenda, so bring them next time. And under minutes, you'll note that there are no minutes.
Okay.
Those two will be coming in next.
I hear a motion to approve as amended.
Make a motion to approve that amendment.
Second.
Commissioner Mulcher,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Loudon.
Yes. Usual no consideration of minutes. Reading of correspondence, Commissioner committee reports.
I'll have the reports. Start off first of the year with those that we're having a meeting this afternoon with the city of Trinidad and some of our elected officials throughout the state. At 1 o'clock at the Pioneer Room.
It is open to the public, and well, there are about 15 people who will be making comments about industry, business, oil and gas, the oil services, and just so that we can get the Senator Crowder and others informed of what is our particular needs in the
Other than Senator Crowder, who else is going to be there from the state?
there will be Senator Crowder, Kenny Lewis,
Corey Gardner's
Corey
office.
Gardner,
Bennett's office.
Bennett's office,
And I think Ken Buck's office.
and Ken Buck,
Thank you, good.
And also city elected officials.
and all city elected officials and elected officials from the county,
And I think somebody from
the DA,
from the House of Representatives, some leadership from there is going to be
yes.
there.
I don't have any reports. I just want to welcome everybody back to a new year. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. And that's about all I have.
And last year at this time, we had all of the employees, remember, sitting in here. We went over what we were going to do on a 3.5-day week. Besides, we don't have to have that discussion again either.
Or live it.
I don't know how everybody's going to be able to show up on Friday. We've got used to not being here on Friday.
It's interesting, I was signing a leave slip and someone had left the Friday off, and it was like, you're asking only for 3.5 hours? I think this looks like more. Oh, I forgot. So,
Public comment, or
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez,
Uh-huh.
would you come up to the microphone, please?
Okay. Thank you. I'm Rafaelita Gonzalez, and I want to talk with you shortly. Making a long story short, I would like to talk with you about bullying in school and also about suicide. And may I suggest 3 words that could apply to these 3 issues? Excuse me. I would like for us to address, let's see. I suggest 3 words that could apply to these 3 issues I would like for us to address here today. Those words are: do the reverse, talk with a bully. I was a bully, and I can tell you a lot about a bully. Research why suicide takes place. Not just know about suicide, but we need to look into it and see why and address those issues. I have a letter from Senator Michael Bennett regarding prayer in school, and I have it here with me if you would like to read it. I also wrote to Mr. Crowder. Show you the letter that I wrote him as well. Mr. Bennett answered my letter. And this is what he says about it. Prayer in school. And it looks like, I like that letter back, please. It looks like it's just a big misunderstanding about taking prayer out of school. And it looks like I or a volunteer could go in and provide some type of not religion, because there's so many different ones, so that wouldn't apply. But I do a little program on the radio, and it's been on for 10 years. And there's a big article about it. Maybe some of you have read it. I've looked at it. And it's been on for 10 years, like I say. And it provides gift certificates from town for kids that are doing all their work at school and good behavior and all that, and they get a little certificate from town. And I go around town all year long and gather contributions to buy those gift certificates for the students. And I'm told that the kids really, really appreciate that. But anyway, I could talk about the teaching forever, but let me see what I have here next. He answered it. Mr. Bennett answered my letter, and it suggests a misunderstanding. The reverse here implies focusing on the solution, not on the problem. We all know the problems, but we very seldom talk about the solution. And let's try to do that. And Deming said, when there's a problem in an organization, you can always trace it back to management. So if there's a problem in school, we shouldn't go look out there for it. It's going to be right here, right in school. So I have this little example. Can anybody tell me how you come to this conclusion that 2 and 2 is 4? How do you come to that conclusion? No suggestions? Okay, I'll give you mine. It's right in the problem itself. The solution to it is right in the problem itself. You don't go over there for the answer, because it's right here. Even in your life, you know, if you have a problem, you don't go to your neighbor, because you're not going to find the answer there. The answer is within yourself. But that's the last place we look.
Ms. Gonzalez, I really do appreciate all the work that you've done and are doing, and I think what you brought up about bullying in the schools, suicide, those are all topics that we really all need to be talking about. And prayer in the school, that's something else out there, but we have a time limit, and we've reached that time limit. If you would like to just 30 seconds sum up what you want to say, that would be great. But we appreciate all the work that you do in the community.
Thank you. I just have one more thing to say. Will I be able to speak at the meeting this afternoon? No, just that's what the
What you'll be able to do is write a question. If you have a question to one of the senators or representatives or something, you can write that question, and that will be given to them, and they will do you. But we haven't got time enough to open it up to the public.
And let's see what else I have to say. I think I'm finished. And thank you for your time.
I have something to say. I've known Ms. Gonzalez for many years, and she's been outreach, and her program's been great. I've actually sponsored her program for many years. So
yes.
I want to thank you very much for the hard work you do. I think the forum for your agenda here is also to reach out to the school districts. I think we've tried to help you with that, or myself, or I don't know how we can as a county, but what you're trying to reach out to here is probably need to be at the school board meetings for all the different school districts in the community, and that way we can get the momentum going regarding the suicide and the bullying through your program. That might be a little way an angle to go, but thank you very much for everything you guys have done for us.
Thank you for letting me speak.
I also known Ms. Gonzalez for several years, and she does a wonderful job with our local youth, and I just want to thank you also.
You're welcome.
Ms. Gonzalez, did you indicate that you wanted the letters back?
Yes, I would like those back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your attention, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Administration Board, County Administration Board.
Aside from it being very busy, I think that everyone, I've spoken with some of the elected officials, and they're ready to go back. They're eager to start a 40-hour work week, and I think that even voicing that is their good news. So, and that's about it.
I guess Phil isn't here today, so consideration of Jet A filtration and piping upgrade for airport. Sure.
I collaborate a little bit on that. We've been branded Phillips dealers for years, and they take better care of their product. Is what they do. They ensure that no water in the field, stuff like that. They have people that also come out there. If you have any questions on that, they have people that you can ask and they can reach you. And as far as being branded a Phillips dealer, we can pretty much handle like jets and military. That's all good, you know. But if we should get fuel last, we're no telling what the product's going to be or what we're going to get. The Phillips dealers will actually put the de-icing pressed inside the jet fuel to ensure that no moisture in the fuel. Aircraft, when they get higher, it gets colder up there, so if they get any moisture in the lines, they could actually freeze the fuel supply, causing them to crash. And we've been branded with them for years. I've only found water like twice in the field in 20-some years, and real minute. So I think they do good on their part as far as their product. It's good quality control, and that's about what I have to say about that. You know, a lot of people, you ever have aircraft wreck and that, a lot of times they'll haul contaminated fuel. You know, and then they'll actually come out there and take a sample of fuel, like 10 gallons, to find out if it was our fuel was part of the issue. But Phillips tend to keep everything on the up and up, and that's probably a good deal, you know? Keep everybody safe.
So how often do you check for water and fuel?
Weekly, I go out there every week, about every 7 days, go out there and check the jetty and low lead 100. So we do that weekly, that's part of what they want us to do, so I go out there and take care of that. But that's just to ensure safety, you know, no liability towards the county or the airport. And that's why we do that, complying with what they want. And I think that's a pretty good idea, though.
So on the new system, Sammy, will we have an electronic sensor? Is that what I'm seeing here, the gallon?
Yeah.
So will that, you'll have to still go to that and manually read that, but it'll just do that?
They already have sensors in the tank that detects moisture, and they had problems with it one day. And evidently, them sensors will pick up real minute amounts of water, and they'll say, you know, holler, say, you got water, you got issues here. And they had problems with it one day, but it just ended up being a wire that got crushed, and that's how sensitive that is. It was actually picking up the mist in the morning, the dew and stuff like that. It was actually setting that alarm off, saying, you know, you got problems here. But it's basically safety, basically what it comes down to.
And it is primarily an internal control factor for Phillips that our compliance is required.
Well, I think it needs to get done. The only issue I have with the new sensor is that they recommend that the de-icer not be added to the fuel.
Yeah.
When I was reading over the information. So, I mean, other than that, that's the only concerns that I have with it.
The Priss they put in their military will flat out ask you, does it have Priss pre-mixed? Because they want it in their aircraft. You know, I don't know, you know, could imagine jets and that fly higher, that'd even be more of an issue. But I did read that when it says that they would want the Priss, the de-icer in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the answer is there either, you know.
We'll talk to Breezy about that. Breezy is the tech guy, and you'll see all of those emails from him about the tech stuff. Steve is around to ensure, like what Sammy indicated, is that when they were here at their last inspection, I believe they sent us videos and training materials and provided everything. And I think that one thing also is that for the flyers, they provide a fuel, kind of like a points, you know, for discount, and that the price is good.
Are you okay other than that?
Yeah. Other than that,
I think we should, before we lose the branding, I mean, I don't like to be county held under threat like this, but also I understand the position of Phillips, where their neck is on the line and their reputation for their quality of fuel as well. So I think we held off long enough. We've got bids, contracts, or bids procured right through the procurement process. I think we move forward with getting this finally done and operated. I think we've evaluated this plenty. Other than the electrical work, but it seems to be very minimal. And is our in-house concrete work going to be done through our road bridge? So I think we're ready to go.
So have we got the contractors? Who are you?
The TWS, and that was submitted 2 times previously.
And that was for
$13,800. And what the issue had apparently been is that there were some exclusions for the electrical, because electrical is for providing it locally. And then getting the logistics of the gentleman. At last word, he was in Hayden putting this together. It's something that has to be installed as opposed to just like tires bought.
And do we have the funding available, Christy?
We did in 17, but I guess the invoices is still dated the 2017, but the work will be done in 18, so it'll become part of 18, so
Aside
we'll have to
from
look at that.
that, aside
I'm
from
sure we
that,
do. Because it'll carry over, because right now, I'm saying last time I looked at airport, we actually had a surplus in, I think in November, so.
So that'll carry over.
It'll carry over.
Do we have 15,000 in surplus?
We had a $20,000 surplus in November. But, yeah, it needs to be done. Because I'll tell you one thing about airport. We haven't spent it a lot in airport because we've been very frugal in airport, but this is something that needs to be done. Because without fill-ups, I don't think we can actually fill up any planes, correct? Because the card swipers won't work anymore.
we would have
They keep brand us.
we would have to take all of that out and start, and if you do a debranding, then you have no brand of fuel. You, just like what Sammy said, and the diligence on our end would be much, much more aggressive.
Well, and the biggest comment that I've heard of pilots that fly in there is the price of fuel and the quality of fuel. And right now, that's basically why a lot of people are stopping at the Trinidad Airport is to fuel. It's a good fueling stop in their flight plan. Until we do any improvements down there, that's basically why people are stopping at our airport.
Right.
I think
And we have UPS that comes daily. And we probably don't want to lose UPS.
Not only
So
that,
we go.
our Flight for Life goes through there.
Yes.
And for the residents here, I think that is a really big factor. I think this is, again, and I've said it before, this is a real asset to our community, and we want to keep it up and running as best we can.
And we've got the electrical problems worked out.
We've got 3 vendors, all of them from Trinidad, and they are under scrutiny at the moment, those that Breezy has contacted.
So he's contacted, so we've got that handled. Here a motion to approve the contract.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Mulcher,
Yes.
Commissioner Lowry.
Yes.
I'd like to make another comment. For the work that you do out there, Sonny, we appreciate very much for being on call. You're what's keeping that airport going, to be honest with you. We really appreciate your hard work, and like I said, we want to help that airport look at it down the road and make it a really nice asset for our community instead of an expenditure. So keep up the good work. Thank you, Sonny.
And I want to add that I had a gentleman fly in this fall that was here on business, and I didn't tell him who I was or anything. I said, well, how'd you like flying into the Trinidad Airport? He said, it was great. He said, the guy out there is the friendliest guy I've ever seen. And he helped me, so it was a great compliment, and he didn't know who I was, so he made that out of his heart.
I might add too that we hear a lot of complaints about the commissioners and stuff, but
You do.
indeed I do. And so I'd like to give a little kudos to them because Sammy was provided a bike to get around easier at all of that, going up and down the strip and so forth. So
I was all happy with it.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Works out fine for me.
What's a 10-speed though?
What is that? 10 speed?
I think so,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, though I drive back and forth, I use it for, it works out.
thank you, Sam.
Well, the other one looked a little wore out, so.
Yeah, that one, better days.
Thanks, Sammy,
All right,
for everything.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna guess then, all right.
Happy New Year.
Have a good day, happy New Year.
Consideration of legal services agreement with Newnham Land and LLC for 2018.
Yes, I believe there are two things on that. If you would look at her letter, her email to you, explaining how she was correcting a mistake. And I'm sure you've seen that. And then for the work paper, it appears fairly straightforward to me.
So it fits within what you,
Yes, I budgeted 85. And I guess it looks like, I guess one, you actually start advertising for a new one, because she gave 3 scenarios here, right, in the spreadsheet
Yes,
of when I think the new successor will actually begin,
yes.
right?
And so if we begin in advertising late May or June, it may take some time to go through, but depending on when she's working and phasing in. So the 85 is fully covered on the first scenario. If say that the person, the next attorney comes in August, then it would ratchet down and so on until you get to whatever time it is.
I've reviewed it, and I think 2 or 3 attorneys are better than 1. Once we get to that point, I don't have any issues with the retaining. I know there was an issue before. If we had them all at the same time, the way it's broken down this way, I think it'll work out.
stays within.
Well, it keeps the new attorney, whoever, if we do find one at that point, apprised with the legal issues that we've been having in the past, and if there's any that are still ongoing in the future that we may see within the next 6 months. So they have an opportunity to work together. After long contemplation of keeping an annual contract for the remainder after an attorney, for myself, I really had to look at it as what's best for the county position instead of bottom line. And I think having those 2 work together with what's happening in the past and anything happening in the future will close out this year and may be stronger for Los Angeles County to have those. And in case something's not working out with you never know, with the new attorney, whoever that may be, they may change their mind. We still have secured contract with an attorney for the remainder of the year, because you never know, they can hire somebody and then they quit a month later. So I'd rather have some security for us than not.
I mean, that's a very good point. They've got a chance to see whether they like us, whether it's a good fit, and we're the same boat. So, but like you're saying, we're still covered. It's something that should go wrong.
And on the attorney's behalf, she also indicated to me that if you should find someone with county experience and really hit the deck running, and then it's scaled in the same way that you go back for rapid.
And the money's budgeted for it, Christie, correct?
485, correct.
Do you have any concerns or questions?
No, I think Louise basically stated everything that I was going to already say.
Have you read over this contract and you're okay with it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know whether you should sign the contract if the attorney writes for you or not. Probably need a second opinion.
Need an attorney to look at the
I
contract.
have an outside attorney to look at your attorney.
And then another attorney after that.
I have other issues.
And this is pretty much what we've signed for several years, so.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, Commissioner Walter,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Lott.
Yes.
And I'd like to add, though, that Dixie's done a phenomenal job for this county for many years. So it's not good we're losing her. We're going to miss her expertise next year, I'm sure. So thank you, Dixie, if you're watching. She's not right here, but thank you, Dixie.
I would concur. The new attorney will have big shoes to fill. And it's not the work, it's the institutional knowledge that she has about everything that has worked, what doesn't work, what. Big difference. We did this in 2004 because this, and this. that's what you do, so.
Like knowing the municipality laws versus just being an everyday lawyer,
Yeah.
especially a lawyer, it takes a lot, wide range.
New business, election of the chairman of the board of county commissioners.
All right. Well, after being here for my first full year, and Commissioner Moulter, 6 months, I think we are in a position where I'm still learning. And what Chairman Loudon, Commissioner Loudon's done for this past year has really shown me a lot. But I'm not sure that I think I, myself, or Commissioner Moulter are ready for this position. I'd like to make a motion to retain you as chairman, continuing on this next year, and for you to go out in your last year as chairman of the board, Commissioner Loudon. I make a motion.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Moulter?
Yes.
I mean, no, go ahead.
Commissioner Moulter?
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Loudon?
Under executive privilege, I may change that. No, I thank you for your confidence in me. I appreciate it. And look forward to this next year, full-time staff. It's just going to be hard for me to pick up the phone on Friday and call somebody because I'm not used to it. So.
But it's been an astonishing year for this county. We really did accomplish a lot of great things, including with a lot of help from the community. And it was a lot, with your guidance. So it's only fitting that you retain us. So
Thank you.
Well, I think that, the county is moving in a positive and right direction, and I think we need to keep it going that way.
okay.
I vote yes. Election of a chairman and chairman of the board of county commissioners.
Well, as a new guy here, being here 6 months,
You are really new because
It's like baby Christmas.
call me babyface now. But I'm still learning. I think, we could all say we're still learning, but Luis, he does a really, really good job. He, as we all do, take our job very seriously here. But I think he's got a little bit, 6 months, somewhere in there, more experience than I do. So I'm going to make a motion to Commissioner Lopez.
I would second that.
Thank you.
Commissioner Loudon?
Yes.
Commissioner Moulter?
Yes.
And Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Well, I'd just like to say at this time is that I've enjoyed working with both of these kids. They bring a lot to it, and it's good to have a mix of old and new, young and old, and the enthusiasm that they bring. It's going to be easy for me to walk away next year. So, looking forward for you two to take this thing forward, and won't tell me where we can be. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
consideration OBCC to approve friends. You're all friends, and I got that in my mind. To approve funds transferred to county general. Consideration official newspaper. You want to read that?
A resolution of the Board of County, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
A resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado, designating the Chronicle News and World Journal as the official newspapers for publication of legal notices by Los Angeles County during 2018. Resolution number 18-003. In accordance with state statutes, the Board of County Commissioners and other elected officials are required from time to time to have legal notices published and to disseminate other information to the general public within Los Angeles County. And the Chronicle News and the World Journal are newspapers of general circulation within Los Angeles County and are therefore qualified to publish legal notices and other public information that is required to be published by Los Angeles County. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado, One, the Board of County Commissioners hereby designates the Trinidad Chronicle News and the Washington World Journal as the official newspapers for the purpose of publication of legal notices and such other legal publications as required by law during 2018. A motion made and seconded, and an affirmative vote, this resolution is adopted this second day of January 2018.
Any questions?
Make a motion to approve?
I'll second
Commissioner Mulcher,
it. Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Loudon.
Yes. Consideration of resolution establishing regular meeting dates and times for the Board of County Commissioners for 2018.
A resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County establishing the dates and times for the conduct of regular meetings of the Board of Commissioners during 2018. Resolution number 18-004, whereas the Los Angeles County Board of Commissioners, in conformance with CRS 30-10-303, is required to meet at the county seat for the purpose of conducting county business no less frequently than once each month, and whereas the Board of County Commissioners desires to continue its established practice of meeting twice monthly in regular session for consideration of such business that may come before the Board to be held on the first and third Tuesdays of each calendar month, beginning at the hour of 9 a.m. And whereas the Board reserves the right to meet in special session as deemed necessary by the Board to transact business that may be reasonable to be held until a regular meeting. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado, 1, for calendar year 2018, the Board of County Commissioners shall meet in regular session twice monthly on the first and third Tuesdays of each calendar month, beginning at the hour of 9 o'clock a.m. in the Commissioners' Chambers located in room 201 of the Los Angeles County Courthouse, 200 East First Street, Trinidad, Colorado, for the purpose of consideration of such matters as may come before the Board. A motion made and seconded and an affirmative vote, this resolution is adopted the second day of January 2018.
You mean we had a resolution first and third Tuesday? I thought it was first, second, third, and fourth Tuesday.
We did have a lot of meetings.
That was just because
The way it was-
that's just because you
Yeah.
you were doing it.
I'll make a motion to approve.
One other question, are we meeting at a time that is appropriate for the public? I mean, do we want to go down that road, or?
Well, I think that's a good point. You're talking like if we had it in the evening or?
No, I'm just talking, it would start later or earlier, or, I mean, if we started at 4 o'clock in the morning, would that?
I've had a lot of thoughts over this past year why we do not meet later in the evening or in the afternoon where people can get off work and come to this. And after talking with Kim Chavez too regarding this a little bit when I first started, a lot of it is because we have to have staff come in, and we have to have them come in and if they haven't come in the evenings and stuff, a lot of them are not exempt employees, and it comes into a conflict of overtime and comp time. And since we're still having a resolution freeze on that, I think if we stay with the parameters we're at right now, it'd be fine. But if we were to look into that, and like, I think our road bridge superintendent's salary, but if we had, like, say, Sunday day to come in and they had to be in at 6 o'clock like the city does, in the evening, we'd be paying overtime for a lot of our staff to be here. So until it's set up and their exempt status are set up and clarified in our policies and stuff, I think we really can't address it to change it at this point, in my opinion. So this is going to cost us more money.
I'm just merely bringing it up, just, I hear exactly what you're saying.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Mulcher, Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Loudon.
Yes. Consideration of resolution establishing regular meeting dates and times for the Board of County Commissioners acting in its capacity as the Board of Human Services for 2018.
A resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado, establishing a schedule for the periodic meeting dates and times for the transaction of business of the board, acting as in its capacity as the Los Angeles County Board of Human Services during calendar year 2018, resolution number 18-005. Whereas the Los Angeles County Board of Commissioners serves as the Los Angeles County Board of Human Services in conformance with CRS 26-1-116, and whereas the Los Angeles County Board of Human Services is required to meet periodically to conduct human service-related business and consider such other human service-related matters as may come before the Board of Human Services, and whereas the Los Angeles County Board of Human Services, in conformance with state statute, oversees the provision of public assistance within the county in accordance with rules and regulations established by the Colorado Department of Human Services for the administration of public assistance and welfare activities. The Los Angeles County Board of Human Services shall preside at all meetings of the Board of Human Services, and when authorized by board action, shall execute all documents approved by the Board of Human Services. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado, for calendar year 2018, the Board of County Commissioners shall meet in its capacity as the Board of Human Services on the following days: Tuesday, January 30, 2018; Tuesday, March 27, 2018; Tuesday, May 29, 2018; Tuesday, July 31st, 2018; Tuesday, November 27, 2018. 2. All meetings of the Board of Human Services shall begin at the hour of 9 a.m. unless otherwise posted, and shall be held in the Commissioners' Chambers of Los Angeles County Courthouse in room 201, located at 200 East First Street, Trinidad, Colorado. The Chairman of the Board of County Commissioners shall also serve as the Chairman of the Board of Human Services. Upon motion made and seconded and an affirmative vote, this resolution was adopted this second day of January 2018 by order of the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado.
Could I ask that they actually still send financials to us monthly? Because there's such a gap in here with their financials. Could they still send it over there after they're done reconciling? They could send it over to us monthly, because there's a huge gap between July and November.
Well, exactly. Now, my question is, why would we not have it in September? Was that a typo?
It is a typo. Thank you both very much. Who has their phone or their date?
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. I mean, is this enough to really?
We just left out September.
We just left that September.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, but even though I'm saying if we can still see their financials, because the end of the year is probably the most important to watch, where they are financially, I think more towards the end of the year, to see where I'm saying.
And I think perhaps throughout, given that person is going to come every quarter or so on to look, I think, I don't know if you want a full meeting every month, but yeah. Are we currently getting them every month?
No, not unless I request,
Okay.
but maybe this could be something that every month when she reconciles, she sends us, so we can at least review them before she comes before us. Because sometimes when she comes, I think she has like 2 months, correct?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she'll have like 2 months.
That's correct. You're absolutely right.
She does, but at least we saw them monthly as she's going through the year. We just kind of, I can track it a little bit too on my side.
So we have 2 issues. We make the correction for September.
I think, I'm not sure that that's appropriate for this resolution, but there need to be a directive from this board to them that that happen.
So like maybe when she comes in January 30th,
Yeah,
you could ask,
right.
as long as we kind of.
And we can, if we so deem, we can say, this will be part of your duties, is that you need to do this, this, and this. And one other thing, it's not a big deal, but with the county commissioners, we can have a special meeting. It doesn't say that in this one. I'm not sure we should put that in. We've never had one, but I think we should have the vehicle to have one if we need to. So, like with the Board of County Commissioners, the board reserves the right to meet in special sessions deemed necessary by the board to transact business that may be reasonably held until a regular meeting. I think that might be a good clause to put in that resolution also. And do you guys have any feelings on that one way or another?
Oh, I concur, I agree. Especially with the overages we had with DHS last year, even though the funding is up to 1.5 mils this year for them, we still really need to really watch this because of the influx of the people coming into our community. Expenditures are going up. The city, what they're trying to do with this basic create, we're going to have a lot more services being provided that we really have to watch even closer because just because they're spending it, we can't keep a really close eye on it. So, with adding that September 30th date into it, or whatever that
The 25th,
the
I think.
25th day, and change to have special meetings, make a motion to.
Yeah, this is one fund that fluctuates so much, and, I mean, 1 month it can go up, and the next month it can go way down.
Yeah,
But,
you know, I wouldn't even, I might even go as far as saying is possibly, you know, with the overages the city has, they got a lot of extra money, we might even want to, you know, look at that angle of seeing if the assistance, because a lot of the services where they're bringing in their new programs is going to affect us. And they don't, I don't think, realize the backside of it, with the shelters and so forth, and space to create starving artists. They're going to be utilizing our services in our community, and I really think that if they're going to be utilizing some of this stuff, that possibly we could ask them to help offset some of these expenditures that the county's going to incur, because this is going to keep growing. It's going to grow and grow and grow, and our mill levy is going to be set the same. Our sales tax is going to be, we don't know where it's going to go. It's not set yet, but I think that's an avenue we can look at over this next coming year.
I'll, with the September 25th being added in there, I'll second it.
And the addition of the special meetings.
Yes.
Commissioner Mulcher,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Lowry.
Yes. Consideration of resolution designating holidays for calendar year 2018 and New Year's Day 2019.
Excuse me, Commissioner, before we get to that one, the request that Christie had of getting their, do you just want that to be a request?
I want that to be a request, and we will discuss that on the 30th with Ms.
Okay.
Lopez.
Okay, thank you.
Holidays.
A resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado, designating holidays to be observed by Los Angeles County during calendar year 2018 and including New Year's Day 2019. Resolution number 18-006. Whereas Los Angeles County is a unit of local government within the state of Colorado, will recognize various holidays that occur during the calendar year of 2018, and whereas authority is vested in the Board of County Commissioners to designate those holidays to be observed by Los Angeles County during calendar 2018. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado, that the following dates occurring during calendar year 2018 shall be observed as official holidays as recognized by Los Angeles County shall include New Year's Day 2019. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Monday, January 15, 2018. President's Day, Monday, February 19, 2018. Memorial Day, Monday, May 28, 2018. Independence Day, Wednesday, July 4, 2018. Columbus Day, Monday, October 8, 2018. Veterans Day observed. Labor Day, Monday, September 3, 2018. Columbus Day, October 8, 2018. Veterans Day observed Friday, November 12, 2018. Thanksgiving Day, November 22, 2018. The day after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 23, 2018. Christmas Eve, Monday, December 24, 2018. Christmas Day, Tuesday, December 25, 2018. New Year's Eve, Monday, December 31, 2018. New Year's Day, Tuesday, January 1, 2019. On motion made and seconded and affirmative vote, this resolution was adopted this second day of January 2018 by order of the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado.
I didn't see Commissioner's Day.
There's
That's to
such
be
thing.
June 14th.
Commissioner's Day means you are here.
I was gonna say August 1st.
Your birthday, August.
8/29.
Pick anyone. How about all three commissioners? I have no issues.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Commissioner Mulcher?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Mulcher?
Yes.
And Commissioner Loudon?
Yes. Consideration of a resolution establishing hours of operation for county offices and departments during 2018.
A resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado, establishing the hours of operation for offices and departments of Los Angeles County government during calendar year 2018. Resolution number 18-007, whereas in accordance with CRS 30-10-109, the Board of County Commissioners is authorized to establish the hours of operation for all offices and departments of the county for access by the public and the transaction of business during calendar year 2018. And whereas it is the desire of the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County to accommodate the needs of the general public during 2018 to provide for access to the various offices and departments of the county by establishing hours of operation during which times the general public may transact business in such offices and departments, with the exception of designated holidays and furlough days, such businesses to include the payment of taxes and fees, obtaining information, acquiring licenses, records, and other documents, etc. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado that 1. The Board of County Commissioners hereby establishes the official hours of operation for all offices and departments of Los Angeles County government during calendar 2018 to be Monday through Friday beginning 8 a.m. and concluding 4 p.m. for access to the public with the exception of designated holidays and mandatory furlough days. Daily transactions by such offices and department employees shall conclude at 4:30 p.m. On motion made and seconded and affirmative vote, this resolution was adopted this second day of January 2018 by order of the Board of County Commissioners of Los Angeles County, Colorado.
And the reason I think that we're only open 8 to 4 to the public is that various offices have to balance their cash every day. And if we're open till 4:30, then they're staying till 4:45, or if they have another problem, maybe 5 o'clock. And as Commissioner Lopez just said, we're still under a very tight schedule, so we can't afford any overtime pay. So that's the reason why we are closing at 4, so that those offices can get their books balanced and not incur any overtime during that period. So the public will be able to come in 8 to 4 Monday through Friday, except on those holidays, but that's the reason why we're closing at 4 to the public. Is that correct? Is that
Yes, sir.
I'd like to add that when I went down the hall this morning, there was no lines in the clerk's office. 2 people in there. So, we're on the right track.
I gotta go with her first.
Yeah. Having said that, make a motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Mulcher?
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Loudon?
Yes. Financial matters, consideration of bills and payroll for the second half of December 2017.
Payroll as of December 31st was $136,737.77. Sheriff extra duty, there was extra duty for on-calls for $840. Page 8. So, we did budget for on-call in the sheriff so that we can cover it for 2018 for any on-call that they do. bills that were paid out on December 20th for 2017 were $135,078.66. You do notice that Phil Dornkamp paid out most of his royalties on here. Let's see, that's why I made a note of that. And then the car repairs, that is on page 12, for $15,280. I tried calling the sheriff and Kim Chavis and nobody answered when I did this. So I'd like to see if this is actually covered by our insurance. I'm assuming it is, but I don't know about that.
You want to hold that check till you find out?
Well, this check is long gone. Because this was on December 20th. This check is gone, but I'm assuming
We sure hope it was for the right reasons.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, so I'm hoping it's come, I'm sure it is, because I'm pretty sure these are, when I looked at it, it looked like it was a couple of the names of the deputies that did actually hit deer. But I was just calling to confirm it, but they were already gone the day I did this.
What would that check be for?
Well, when they hit the deer, I think.
No, understood, but am I reading this right, that was to NV Creative Designs?
I
They have a body shop.
I think it was 2 vehicles.
Yeah, they have a body shop as
This
well.
was
They just
2
don't-
vehicles, when I looked at the invoice itself. They just didn't actually state, because usually I ask everybody at Sheriff, when they enter the data, I like it to say insurance claim, so it gives me an idea, but it didn't say that this time.
And on page 13, Christie, the Unwin Family Ranch and the royalties, there, what exactly is
That's gravel.
bounce gravel?
Right.
Thank you, Francine. Yeah.
Those are all gravels.
And they will get a 1099 for the royalties. They want, I will send them a 1099 to them.
On that, I noticed they're all the same. Is it just an annual? It doesn't matter what we take out of there. It's not per ton. Is it just?
I thought we were doing it on a per ton, but apparently
It's an annual.
we did exactly the same tons of it. Yeah. No.
It's the same every year.
Yeah. Just like every year.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I would like to say something. Mesa de Mayo Ranch has donated a tremendous amount of gravel in the last 2 years. They just donated, so I want to thank them for that. Like I said, if you put it on the roads, we're happy to do it.
Yeah.
Can we send them like a nice little card or something? Or
No, I think just a thank you would be nice.
I'll second.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yeah.
Commissioner Allen.
Yes. Acting in its capacity as the Board of Human Services, consideration of bills and payroll, second half of December 2017.
Those are downstairs and have been looked at and signed by 2 commissioners.
I reviewed them and I
Yeah. We were here Friday.
had no issues. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Walter,
Yes.
Commissioner Allen.
Yes.
I can't wait for Fridays. It'll be nice and loud downstairs finally. It's too quiet,
Too dark,
too dark.
too dark.
Executive session. The board will meet in executive session under CRS 24-6-4024B, conferring with the county attorney for the purposes of receiving legal advice on specific legal questions in CRS 24-604024F, personnel matters not involving any specific employees who have requested decision of the matter in open session. Any member of this body or an elected official or personnel policies that do not require the discussion of matters personal to particular employees. And CRS 24-6-4024C, determining positions relative to matters that may be subject to negotiations, developing strategies for negotiations. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Bolter?
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Lowry?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. That's a given. Every hour, yeah.
Are we talking about the LACBCC that they just talked about?
I got